Change is good sometimes, especially when it comes in the form of a video game remake. Let's talk about the top 10 best video game remakes so far. I don't want to say of all time, but so far. Let's see what we got. Hello beautiful geeks, how is everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, evening, afternoon, bathroom break, right next to your boss. Whatever you're watching this video, it's okay, just lower the volume so they don't know, or put on some earphones. With that said guys, welcome to the Geek Fortress. This is Lewis coming to you once again through the power of the Fortress and hi YouTube, bringing you guys the top 10 video game remakes. Now, as per usual, do not forget that there are so many good video game remakes as well as bad ones, but that's for another list for another time. But for now, we're going to focus on the best video game remakes of all time. Without any further ado, let's get right into it. When I was a kid, I really enjoyed coming home, turning on my NES, and then playing some Bionic Commando. At number 10, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Bionic Commando Rearmed, which is a remake or reimagining, if you want to call it, of Bionic Commando, originally released for the NES. This remake came out in the year 2008 for the PS3 and Xbox 360, mostly downloadable game, not really a physical copy, but if you guys enjoyed the original Bionic Commando, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Great upgrades for the Bionic Commando, as well as great perspective playing homage to the original gameplay, kind of like that Mario Bros look, kind of like boxed looked, and I think you guys will enjoy it a lot. If you guys haven't played it, it's very cheap. I think if you have Plus, you might get it for even cheaper, but Bionic Commando Rearmed is the way to go if you're feeling nostalgic. Before the Nintendo Wii came out with Nintendo Sports and the whole boxing thing, we had Punch-Out! For those of you guys who don't remember, Punch-Out! Is for the original NES, and everybody had a hard time beating Mike Tyson. Remember that? Yeah, let's not talk about it. But if you guys remember, then you guys might know that the Wii came out with a remake in 2009, where you can use the nunchuck and the Wii controller motion, and you could punch and boom, boom, boom. And you know, apparently when you punch, you go boom, boom, boom. But you know, you could channel your inner Rocky Balboa and you could go kick ass. For those of you guys who haven't played it, check it out. You can probably find it for cheap on GameStop. It shouldn't be that much money, but it's one of those games that also brings you back to the easier years when you were a kid and you would get home and try to beat Mike Tyson for the 99th time. This one, thankfully, is not that hard. I think they heard us, and they made it easier to beat people up. Don't beat people up. That's bad. If you had a Nintendo 64, chances are you had this game, and you played it with your friends, and probably threw a controller at one of them. Yeah, I'm talking about GoldenEye 007. That's right, guys. They remade this on 2010 for the Wii. No, the Wii, excuse me. No, it is the Wii, for the Wii. For the 360, for the PS3, and even for the Nintendo DS. So, it came out in 2010, excuse me, I don't know if I said 2009 before, but it came out in 2010, originally, like I said, for the Nintendo 64, this time re-released with Daniel Craig being the James Bond. Also having the first-person shooter, as well as that feeling of not knowing what's around you, because you know you're 007 and you have your gun with your suppressor on, and then you just want to go out there and kick some ass. Don't get me wrong, I love Pierce Brosnan. He's actually probably my favorite James Bond. Look at him. Come on. At lucky number 7, we're going back to the 90s, I mean. The original of this game, we're talking about Silent Hill's Shattered Memories before we get crazy. The original Silent Hill is coming out in the late 90s, and Shattered Memories transports that into the PS2, PSP, and the Wii, rechanging some of the stuff from the original story. This one switching the good old fog and putting ice instead. but it's one of those games that keeps you guessing until the end. Depending on what you answer, you get different enemies, different challenges, so it's like a psychological journey throughout the whole thing. If you guys want to watch in more details about Silent Hill games and their history, check out this card right here. I actually made a top 10 Silent Hill games, which I think you guys will enjoy a lot. So check that out. But Silent Hill Shattered Memories in the Wii is where it was truly a great experience, because you had to move around your flashlight and you had to see where you were, and you didn't have any weapons, so you had to run. So very outlasting, but great game nonetheless. Highly recommend. Mortal Kombat! Ding 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 ding. Fight. The original games mostly released on arcade, but also on the PS2. On 2011, Mortal Kombat 9 was released, and what it did was it took all of the other previous games, remade them, and put them into one, which led to the events of this game. So you actually play in some of the stages from the original Mortal Kombat, and it is fantastic. Great characters come back, some live, some die, but at the end of the day, it sets up the story for Mortal Kombat X or 10. So what they did here is they made sure they retold the whole story before they could release a brand new game, which I think is really, really good. And they did such a good job that at the end of the day, you were left wanting more. And the way the game ends, you're like, what the hell? Holy caca, I need more right now! Check it out. You will not be disappointed. And for those of you guys who maybe skip 9 and went straight to 10, play 9. Don't be a skipper. Be a winner. Mortal Kombat 9. You won't be disappointed. Originally being released for the Game Boy Color on the year, I don't even know, when was this? Late 90s, early 2000s? Yeah, it was a while ago. But they decided to transfer Pokemon Gold and Pokemon Silver, and they remade them in 2009 for Pokemon Heart Gold and Pokemon Soul Silver. Now, this game it's not just a remake, it's a whole different, it's like cleaning the canvas completely away and then grabbing a new one, getting good old Bob Ross to come and paint it for you with happy trees, but except that this one, well, it is happy trees, happy Pokemon, happy Pikachus, keeping the classic action, classic characters, as well as a whole new sense of playing in what looked so much better than what the Game Boy Color could do. Using the power of the Nintendo DS, you could see everything in a whole different perspective that you could never do when you were a kid playing in your Game Boy Color and hoping your batteries didn't run out. You know how many times I grabbed batteries from controllers around the house and my mom would be so mad at me? Good times though. Totally worth it. Also, if you had a Nintendo 64, you more than likely had this game, Super Mario 64. Now, on 2009, they re-released it for the DS. Now, what they did is, it's called Super Mario 64 DS, of course. And in this one, you can play as Yoshi, you can play as Wario, because you are looking for Mario. You don't know what happened to Mario, so you have to go look for him in the same scenario. All the worlds are exactly beautifully the same, but there's different stories. Sometimes there's different character interaction, which you did not get in the original 64. If you guys want to know what I'm talking about, get the game. You can probably find it on eBay for very cheap, and play it if you guys own a Nintendo DS. You guys will not be disappointed. It'll take you back to the good old days, down Nostalgia Avenue, and then make a ride into Memory Lane, and you guys will love it. Seriously, play it. You will not be disappointed. And I say that a lot because you really won't be disappointed. Trust me. And just like that, we have made it to the top 3, ladies and gentlemen, and beautiful geeks. If you guys have liked the video so far, please do not forget to like and to subscribe. Do not forget to turn on that little bell so that you guys can get notified every time I upload something and you don't miss this handsome face. or funny face, whatever floats your boat. I know. Let's get right into the top 3. We're going back again to the Nintendo 64. And this time we're talking about a classic, which is The Legend of Zelda. Specifically, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Re-released for the 3DS in 2011, remade actually, for a new audience that now had 3D in our world. So it was just only fair that we would get this game and we would get it in a different perspective, 3D, different perspective I guess you can call it. But what it did to the game was very, very good. New and improved graphics, of course, because you know the Nintendo 64 was a great system, but it wasn't the most amazing graphical gem. But now, don't get me wrong, I love the Nintendo 64, by the way. One of the best systems ever. No uploads, no updates, you can just blow, play. Ocarina of Time being arguably one of the best Legend of Zelda games, until Breath of the Wild comes out, that is. This game gets ported, gets fantastically retouched. Again, you get Bob Ross and you have him paid some happy trees and everything. It's good with the world. Check it out. You guys will like it. And again, you will not be disappointed. Seriously. And for those of you guys who have played it already, let me know in the comments below. Tell the people that I'm not lying. I don't lie. That was a lie. I'm just kidding. I don't lie. At number 2, we have Tomb Raider Anniversary. Now, originally coming out to the PS1, this is a remake of the first Tomb Raider, coming out for the PS3 and the 360, and I believe they also ported it for the Wii later on. This game takes the original, boots it, puts it through fire, like iron goes through fire, and comes out as steel. For those of you guys who are Tomb Raider fans, I did not use the new Rise of the Tomb Raider and Tomb Raider games because those are technically not remakes, they are reboots. So that's why they're not here. Reboots are for another list that we'll talk about another time. These are remakes. And that is exactly what Tomb Raider Anniversary was. Anniversary, so it was celebrating the release of the original game. Lara Croft is back with the original adventure, but even if you know what's coming, you really don't, because what they do is they set you up in certain ways and certain angles. And I'm not gonna give you any spoilers, but you guys will really enjoy this game. If you're a Tomb Raider fan, you will enjoy it because it is awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no room of doubt in here. The best remake goes to Resident Evil, the remake of the original game. Originally coming out for the GameCube, that is the remake. The original Resident Evil came out for the PS1, but the remake first came out for the GameCube. Later on, it got remastered again for the PS3, and then remastered for the PS4, which had a combo of 0 and 1. And this is one of those games that, again, it stays true to the source material, but at the same time, it changes everything. So you guys will play this game, you'll be like, that was not in the original, that was not in the original, that zombie didn't hit me in the original, that was not in there. But they keep that classic beginning zombie, this guy right here. Oh, that's creepy. They keep him in there, and they make the graphics even better. So you see Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine going back to the mansion. Good old Wesker as per usual. If you guys haven't played the game, spoiler alert, pause, skip, 3 seconds. He betrays them, that's right. It's so cool to see it in 1080p. But anyways, it is a great game, and it pays amazing homage to the original. Some games sometimes need a little touch-up, they need a Bob Ross in their life, so it can paint some happy trees on them. Resident Evil was one of them, and they did it right. I personally cannot wait for Resident Evil 2, the remake that should be coming out hopefully sometime this year or next year. Hurry up, Capcom. By the way, Resident Evil 7 is good. There, I said it. I'm sorry. And that is our list, guys. What do you guys think of the top 10 video game remakes? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think 10 should have been 4, 4 should have been 2, 2 should have been 5, and 5 should have been 1? I mean, Pokemon is really good, but I don't think it was number 1. But again, this is just what we think here at the Geek Fortress. If you guys like this video, don't forget to show it some love. And don't forget to subscribe. As per usual, you guys are awesome. Do not forget to stay awesome, guys. And geek on. I will see you around soon. If you don't see me for a while, don't forget to check out these other videos that I think you guys will enjoy a lot. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna exit this way.